Bullying is an epidemic in schools across the country and right here in the Lowcountry. Tonight, we begin an investigation, the battle against bullying, examining the physical and emotional effects, the criminal consequences, and possible solutions. We begin with News 2's Rebecca Collette and a personal look at bullying through the eyes of a 7th grader who was pushed so far he thought about ending his own life.
Like many 13-year-olds, Samuel loves video games, and he has a favorite subject in school.
I love math.
But there's a problem.
But then I can't learn it because people are just up there screaming at me, bullying me.
The problem is so bad he doesn't want to show his face, but he wants to tell his story. The bullying started on day 2 of 6th grade. Now, in the 7th grade, it's gotten worse. It's humiliating to even repeat the mean things other kids say.
When you say they bully you, what does that mean? Like, what do they say, or what do they do? Or
Go die in a hole. I hope you go to hell one day.
Tell her everything. Just tell her everything. It's okay.
Samuel says the bullying starts on the bus and continues at school. It started with name-calling and this year escalated to punching.
Why do you think they want to fight you?
Because they're just trying to get more popular so other people will be scared of them.
Samuel's mom says the bullies target him because he's overweight and he has special needs. She feels helpless fending off the bullies that have pushed her son to his limit.
As many people that has committed suicide due to bullying, sometimes I think,
And Pamela says the school has done very little to address the issue.
I just want my son to go to school where he can be safe, where he feels safe, where he can learn.
Bullying isn't confined to one kid, one school, or even one age. We introduced you to Mariah earlier this year. The toddler is fighting for her life, yet bullies relentlessly call her a monster because she looks different.
The smile that you guys think is funny, or the smile that you guys are comparing to a leprechaun, she's not a monster. She's not fake. She's real.
Parent after parent wrote us saying nothing is being done at local schools to stop the problem, despite schools touting strict policies on bullying. I've requested reports on bullying in Charleston, Berkeley, and Dorchester counties. According to a spokesman in Berkeley County, the school district recorded 134 incidents of bullying this year. School officers are also investigating 60 additional cases of suspected bullying. Neither Dorchester nor Charleston County turned over the reports or has a way to track the incidents, though Charleston County tells me through their bullying hotline they received 36 calls this year.
Everything goes under that magic rug.
That's terrifying and frustrating for parents who send their kids to school every day. For the students on the receiving end of cruelty like Samuel, a single word sums it up.
How would you describe your life?
Terrible.
The Beaufort County School District developed an app that's installed on every student's school-issue tablet. Since the start of this school year, students reported some 2,000 incidents, though not everyone has been a case of bullying. We're told these anonymous tips have led to weapons recovery at school and even helped the school district stop fights before they started. None of the school districts in our area implemented this kind of technology to fend off bullying. Rebecca Collette, News 2.
If you'd like more information, you can go to our website, counton2.com. We have links to all the stories that you will see this week right here on News 2, as well as school bullying policies and resources for students, parents, and educators.
Tonight in our special investigative series, Battle Against Bullying, we shed light on a dark corner of teen life, cyberbullying, using the internet or cell phones to spread hateful rumors. News 2's Annie Taylor takes a deeper look at this epidemic and its impact on students in Charleston County schools.
We're just over 4 months into the new year, and already we've had 36 reports of bullying inside Charleston County schools. Some of those are cases of cyberbullying, students bullying other students online and through social media.
And it's sad to say we do it, but I mean, everybody, like nobody can sit there and say to themselves that they haven't done it before.
Cyberbullying. There's no escaping it. It's all around us.
All girls do it. I mean, you see someone in an outfit, or you see it on Instagram or Facebook, and you talk about how terrible they looked in their outfit.
But it's not just the popular social media sites. Mobile apps like Yik Yak give students the opportunity to bash other students without any consequences.
A lot of trash talk gets done to like girls that like quote unquote get around.
Yeah, there's no names on it whatsoever unless it's written on there, so you can't get in trouble.
1 in every 5 youths between age 10 and 18 have been a victim of cyberbullying, according to a survey by Cyberbullying Research Center.
I don't think they truly understand, what it does. They just think it's funny at the time when it's really not.
Government studies show that cyberbullying can have a long-lasting impact on a child, resulting in poor grades, health problems, and low self-esteem.
I still think about it in my head and, think that the people around me are still thinking those things. And so, to this day, from elementary school, it's still affecting me.
Social media might be inescapable in schools, but Charleston County School District says there are actions parents can take to help prevent your child from being bullied.
Please get involved with their social media sites. A lot of times the students have the freedom to do what they want to on those sites, and just letting parents take a stand and saying, I'm going to be a part of your social media life.
Charleston County recently launched a new curriculum called Over Obstacles, which provides the necessary resources for schools to take a stand against bullying. But if bullying does happen, there's another way to help students.
Our hotline is the CCSD Prevention Hotline, and the number is 1-877-250-2790.
We'll have that number on our website, counton2.com, and the Battle Against Bullying page. During my research, though, I picked up another great tip for parents to remember, and that is the most important tool is one that is as old as parenting itself. Have a good, honest talk with your child. Annie Taylor, News 2.
All right, and if you want to learn more about the issue, you can go to our website, counton2.com. There you will be able to see our Battle Against Bullying special reports that will run throughout this week. We are continuing our Battle Against Bullying investigation with a look at the consequences. News 2's Macy McLeod sat down with children who admitted to bullying other children and asked them about those punishments.
Carolyn, there are some pretty serious consequences that come along with bullying. I sat down with some 4th and 5th graders who say they've bullied other students before.
Opening up about bullying.
Then I told them to shut up and I pushed them down, and then people had to stop me from hitting them again.
And being bullied.
But they would call me stupid, dumb, ugly, so I would just try to ignore it, but I couldn't.
Pushed to the point that the emotional turmoil led them to take it out on other kids. The bullied becoming the bullies.
I got really frustrated, so I just started to do it back to other people to get my anger away.
Deputy Kimberly Poirier, a school resource officer in Charleston County, says what is called bullying at school is called harassment in law enforcement, and it's a serious crime.
They can't think that they're just going to get away with it. We will press charges.
She's seen plenty of bullying cases, and the punishments can be severe.
It can range from the school doing the school's type of punishment, whether it be suspension, out of school or in-school suspension, or if it's serious enough, and if it is 2 or more documented cases, then I can charge through the criminal system for harassment.
She says charges like that can lead to time spent in a juvenile detention center or jail. The children I spoke to haven't gotten to that point, but they've been punished with missed recess, in-school detention, and calls home to mom.
And the kids assure me those punishments work. They say when they were bullying other students and parents and teachers took notice and reprimanded them, they quickly shaped up.
After I realized that I was getting in trouble a lot, I just needed to focus on work, so I just stopped.
What kind of was going through your head when your mom got that phone call?
I will be in lots of trouble. I will be under punishment. I can't deal with that.
Deputy Poirier says the best way to get bullies to stop is to tell a parent, teacher, or school resource officer. but they can't help if they don't know it's happening.
I have unfortunately had that happen this year where I find out a month later that a child has been bullied for an entire month, but nobody knew because that child wasn't saying anything.
All of the kids told me they don't bully anymore, but have a message for those who do.
Bullying is wrong, and if you keep bullying, you might end up in a bad place.
What kind of bad place?
Like jail or prison.
And we wanted to know how many bullying incidents locally led to criminal charges. So far this school year, Berkeley County has had 134 incidents of bullying, but doesn't track the incidents once they've been dealt with at the school level. Charleston County didn't respond to our question directly, but Dorchester District 2 did, and of 72 discipline referrals for bullying this school year, none required criminal investigation. Macy McLeod, News 2.
The #1 priority of all parents is the safety of our children, and protecting them from bullies is part of the job description. As we continue our series, Battle Against Bullying, News 2's Brad Franco explains the 3 things parents can do right now to help their child.
You want to work on their self-esteem because these bullies are trying to beat them down.
Dr. Ricardo Fermo is a renowned Lowcountry child and adolescent psychiatrist and says counseling your children begins in the home. Because the cold hard truth is bullying is likely to happen. According to the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, half of children are bullied at some point during their school years.
I usually see the aftermath. And the aftermath is I see a lot of kids with depression.
More so than in the last 10, 12, 15 years?
Yes, much more.
And now more than ever, parents are the first line of defense and treatment.
You have to have a dialogue with your children all the time.
Fermo says that dialogue needs to include a daily conversation of the details of their day, who they spent the most time talking to, what they talked about, keying in on the mentions of gossip or teasing. Parents, you should also silently counsel your child by modeling healthy behavior and reactions to bullying in your life. Build their network of friends and make sure they're not alone in a place where a bully is going to be. And finally, teach them coping skills and let them know how to stand up to bullies.
That doesn't mean to retaliate and fight, and because some parents will say, well, in the real world, if somebody pushes me, we push back. And that doesn't really solve the problem. If anything, it most of the time just exacerbates it.
But if your child becomes increasingly withdrawn, their grades are suffering, or they're routinely looking for ways to stay home from school, and they're not talking about that with you, then it's time to look into counseling.
Oftentimes teenagers, they're going through that phase where they're trying to be more, autonomous, independent. They might not be as open to talking to parents, and they're probably the ones that really end up in psychotherapy.
The biggest point Dr. Fermo drove home to me during that hour we spent together was talking to your kids and building that self-esteem, because that's probably the most important tool in his mind that you can give your child to help them navigate a bully-rich environment. Brad Franco, News 2.
And Dr. Fermo says if you believe your child needs a mental health professional, do not hesitate. Your child's school counselor is a good first step. Most insurance covers psychotherapy. PsychologyToday.com is a great resource for parents looking for a therapist. You can search by zip code to find someone near you.
Have you ever been bullied?